Jadav is back at it here to give everyone my very first Game of Thrones Season 3 episode review video. But before I continue with that, pretty important if you're not caught up to the point where I am in rewatching or watching Game of Thrones, or you're just not sure, then you should probably take the initiative and pay attention to the episode title, which of course I'll say and put in the description for you. If that's the case you found it, you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation, whether you decide to take it or not, that you don't watch this video any further, just to avoid any potential spoilers. This will be Game of Thrones Season 3, Episode number 1. The title of this episode is called Valar Dohaeris. This will be my review, reaction, recap after just watching the episode. The White Walkers' attack leaves a few Night's Watchmen survivors. Samwell is actually saved by Ghost when he was about to get it by one of the Whites, or was it one of the White Walkers? It was one of the two. And then Lord Commander Mormont reprimands Sam for failing to warn the others of the approaching army and not sending a raven. He was pretty pissed off that he didn't do that to the people that were back of the wall. And then at the Wildling camp, Jon Snow mistakes Tormund Giantsbane for the king beyond the wall. And then Mance Rayder reveals himself and questions Jon's motives for deserting the Night's Watch. And then Jon earns Mance Rayder's approval, declaring that he wants to fight for the side that fights for the living, because he was mad that Lord Commander Mormont knew of what Craster was doing and was okay with it. So Jon wants to be on the side that wants to fight these potential threats. And then newly knighted Sir Bronn returns to the service of Tyrion Lannister, whose father, Tywin, the new hand of the king, agrees to recognize Tyrion's accomplishments during the Battle of Blackwater, but refuses to name him the heir to Casterly Rock, and viciously insults him because he's pissed off about Tyrion's demand. Lord Baelish offers to smuggle Sansa Stark out of King's Landing, and then Ros tells Shay to look out for Sansa, especially when dealing with Baelish, because Baelish is only in it for himself. And then Joffrey Baratheon and Lady Marjorie travel through Flea Bottom when Marjorie exits her linear to visit an orphanage as Joffrey hides. Well, Joffrey doesn't want to be around anybody because they hate Joffrey. And then at dinner, Joffrey trades insults with his mother in contrast to the Tyrells. Now stranded, Davos is rescued by the pirate Sandalhar San and recounts seeing his son Matheos die. Now Sandalhar reveals he is leaving the service of Stannis Baratheon, who is in seclusion at Dragonstone and will only speak with Melisandre, who is burning people alive. Now Davos, intending to kill Melisandre, persuades Sandalhar to bring him to Stannis. Now, discovering Stannis is indifferent to his survival, and that Melisandre believes him responsible for Stannis' defeat, because he recommended to Stannis that she stay behind, and he listened to Davos. Davos agrees to attack, or tries to attack Melisandre, but is thrown in the dungeons by Stannis' guards. Now, Robb Stark and his forces discover Sir Gregor Clegane, the Mountain, has abandoned Harrenhal and has slaughtered the prisoners. Roose Bolton sympathizes with Lord Karstark's frustration that Catelyn Stark let Jaime Lannister go, assuring Karstark that his best hunter is after Jaime. And then Robb finds a survivor at Harrenhal, Qyburn. Now reaching Astafar in Slaver's Bay with her fast-growing dragons, Daenerys Targaryen considers buying an army of the Unsullied, re-owned unmunched soldiers. Now, a warlock masked as a young girl attempts to actually assassinate Daenerys with a scorpion-like creature, but that plan is thwarted by a returning Sir Barristan Selmy, who is actually a part of Joffrey's Kingsguard, and also Kingsguard to Daenerys' father, who swears his allegiance to Daenerys, and that's how the episode ends. So pretty interesting episode. Nothing super big happened. We didn't see Arya at all, which actually makes me mad, or the Hound. Still, all in all, a lot of things, though. A lot of different things that they jumped between. So it was really hard to pick a character of the episode. I'm going to give the episode an 8.7 out of 10. And the character of the episode, I mean, Davos comes to mind, and Marjorie Tyrell comes to mind. Those are the two characters that I think stood out in an episode that jumps back and jumps from scene to scene with different characters. So I'm going to give the character of the episode to Davos, actually. I was going to give it to Marjorie, but the more I think about it as I'm reading this to you, I think it's Davos' episode. So you've heard what I have to say. Now it's your turn. If you're a fan of Game of Thrones, whether or not you like the final 2 seasons, that's beside the point. Make sure you smash that like button. If you know anybody that would be interested in this, you can go ahead and share the video with them. Don't forget to leave me a comment. You can talk about the episode. You can give your score of the episode, your character of the episode. Or if you just want to tell me your favorite Game of Thrones characters, your favorite Game of Thrones episodes, or vice versa, least favorite characters, least favorite episodes, or whatever you want to talk about, the new Game of Thrones spin-off series that's actually put on hold right now, leave that in the comments section. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.